following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Arizona, Phoenix, Brother Mike is back on the radio. I'm back. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. You are about to listen to the nastiest Christian radio broadcast in the country. You're going to hear the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and we don't care who likes it. We never have. Thanks for tuning in today. Today's Bible study is the COVID Church Crackdown. It's almost on us, folks. Hey, will you call somebody and tell them the radio program's on? Brother Mike back on the radio. I'll get through these announcements real quick, and then we'll get to the Bible study. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center in Central Phoenix. We're on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. I've been a professional counselor for 39 years now. November is my anniversary. 39 years. Can you imagine that? Most of my listeners aren't even 39 years old. On the website, HardcoreChristianity.com, we have 2 live services every week, Thursday and Friday nights at 7 o'clock. We did not lock down during the COVID-19 hoax. We've been open the entire time. We have had thousands of people delivered from demons during this COVID-19 period. We've had dozens of people healed during the COVID-19 period. God never stopped blessing us, and we had no problems with COVID-19. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your donations. 7 p.m. Thursday night, Brother Rick and the ministry team are killing this service. It is our most anointed service of the week. Please don't miss it. 7 p.m., and it's live on our YouTube teaching channel, youtube.com/House of Healing AZ. Friday night at 7 o'clock is my teaching service for my radio listeners. That is also broadcast live on our YouTube teaching channel. My daughter, Tara, is a licensed therapist in the great state of Arizona. She's on the homepage of the website. My wife is a licensed realtor. She is also on the homepage of the website. Thank you for all the referrals that you have sent to them. God bless each of you. The COVID Church Crackdown, man. It's starting in the Democrat states. It's already started, and it's going to sweep to the Republican states pretty soon. They're going to try to shut everybody down. Initially, when COVID broke out here in March of 2020, they tried to shut down churches by limiting, very, very limiting attendance. But most of the churches were gutless here in the state of Arizona. They rolled over like dead dogs, a roadkill. I never rolled anywhere because homie don't play that. I saw through the hoax from day one, literally day one. I knew it was a hoax. And it is proven without question to be a hoax. They want to shut down the country again. They already tried shutdowns. It spread the COVID virus left and right. They're going to shut them down again and ruin everybody's life, bankrupting everyone so the government can control everybody. That's all they want to do. And in particular, they want to stop the churches. But in California, it's particularly bad. They have a demon-possessed governor out there who is a monumental, rolling, strolling, gasping hypocrite. And he's got the IQ of a bag of Ethiopian rocks. And this guy has done more things wrong in California and hurt that state worse than anything you could have ever imagined. He shut down the churches. 99% of the churches had pastors who had yellow streaks running from the neck to the bottom of their fannies. They all shut down, but there are a few tough preachers in the United States, maybe a dozen or so of us. I'm one of them. Mario Murillo is another. And there's another guy who's pretty tough too. John MacArthur, one of the TV preachers at Grace Community Church in Los Angeles, LA County, tried to shut him down. And unlike all the other gutless, useless pastors of running churches in California, he said, no, I'm not shutting down. This is a constitutional matter. I have freedom of religion here. And he didn't shut down. So he got sued, and he sued them. and they're in the middle of all kinds of lawsuits out there. Unfortunately, these mega churches, they've got the kind of money to fight these lawsuits, and that's what the guy's doing. MacArthur is old school kind of a preacher, and he's not going to let the state of California or anybody else tell him what to do. Unlike the other churches, he answers to a higher source. All the other churches in California answer to the state. But this MacArthur guy is a pretty tough dude, and he's not going to shut down. And the county of Los Angeles came to his church on a few occasions, and they snuck up on him. Instead of making an appointment to do a COVID check at the church, they would drop in on the church trying to catch them with the COVID scenario, and they were tested several times, and they passed the tests. The church was documented. They are not spreading the COVID virus, according to the testing results. They had 2 or 3 people that had COVID, and that is not considered a hot spot in California, according to the state. And Governor, I use that term loosely, Governor Newsom. And MacArthur's position is, hey, this is unconstitutional. You cannot shut down my church, God's church, our church, because you think we have 2 or 3 COVID cases. You cannot do this. So obviously they got an attorney, and they are suing, and they're going to the United States Supreme Court with this thing, and they expect the case to be heard in December or January at the U.S. Supreme Court. And they can't wait to take the case up now that they have put Barrett on the court, because they think they can get a 5-4 verdict in favor of churches. And they should. It's the right thing to do, because the government can't come in and say, hey, you got to shut your building down when you're a religious facility. They are not allowed to do that. They lied and said that the church was a super spreader, but they said rioting and looting Walmarts and Targets and having mass protests in the street, spreading graffiti everywhere and pulling down statues, they said that was not a COVID spreader. They said that a strip club is not a COVID spreader and has legal rights under the Constitution to remain open, but a church in California does not have those legal rights. This is Satan playing cards that he just doesn't even try to hide anymore. He's just attacking with everything he has, and he's doing it right out in the open. The absurdity in California that strip clubs would be protected under the Constitution and allowed to remain open, and a church has to shut down, and that gutless pastors all over California with yellow streaks clear down their back agreed and shut their churches down, is inconceivable. Absolutely inconceivable. And here you can see how useless and gutless the church is in the United States. Because in other countries where they have real Christians, not the kind we have here, the underground church in China, for example, the underground church in North Korea, these are real Christians. These are real God's generals. These are people who actually face legitimate persecution. Their lives are at stake. Here in America, if the government goes, boo, boo, oh my God, COVID, boo, COVID bad, strip club good, rioting, looting good, okay. The church just shuts down with zero persecution. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. In February, I got a memo from the state of Arizona saying, hey, you got to shut your church down. You got to do this and that and that and this. I read the memo, and put the memo in my left hand. I dropped it in the trash can under my desk, which is on the left side of my desk, beside my left leg. I just kind of leaned forward there and dropped it in that trash can. Okay? Because we don't play that. But in California and many Democrat states around the country, the churches, I mean like gutless cowards, folded like an accordion and shut their churches down. And this is a country that has constitutionally freedom of religion. None of the Muslim mosques were ever contacted by any state in the United States. They were left completely alone. They only contacted the Christian churches and told them to shut down, because they knew the imams were not going to take it and they would fight back. And they knew the Christian pastors are basically gutless losers, and they shut down, and they would shut down. So they came after them. And this preacher in California is not going to stand for it. He's still holding his services. They are not spreading COVID-19. They are using social distancing and masks, different things like that. But they're running their services like normal at the Grace Community Church in Los Angeles. And they're not taking directives from the state of California or anybody else for that matter. But real persecution is going to be hitting us soon, not this church shutdown stuff. They're coming for us, friend, and this is what you got to keep in mind. 1 Peter chapter 4, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is about to try you, like some strange thing happened to you. Rejoice, for you are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, you will be glad with exceeding joy. Friend, persecution is coming. MacArthur doesn't even consider this persecution. It's just an administrative snafu to him. He's a pretty tough preacher. But we ain't got many tough preachers in Arizona either. Most of them are losers. Most of them shut down. Most of them went viral. They shut the schools down. The whole thing was a gasping wave of satanic cowardice. But you are not going to consider the trials coming as anything strange. You are going to rejoice in glory.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.